All right, what's going on, you guys? So I'm back for another shave. I'm going to be using, for the first time, this is Lodrino. I guess this is from Spain. This was a gift from JB. So JB, thanks for sending this. Yeah, this is the first time I'm using it on camera, so hope everything goes well. I already have my brush loaded up. So this is my Shave Forge handle, and then the knot is, I think, just the standard density silver tip knot from Shave Forge as well. With this soap though, I did add a little bit of cocoa butter on the puck before I wet it a little bit. So we'll see how the face lathering goes. I've got, I think, like 2.5 days beard growth, and I'll be using the carbon titanium razor. I'm going to start off with just a first pass with the grain using the original base plate, and then probably follow up with the second pass using the minus base plate. I've got a Gillette black platinum winner on its second use. All right, so we'll see how this lather builds. So this is kind of like a citrus floral scent, and I'm not sure if JB ordered a handful of the other soaps. This is one that I saw kind of getting talked about, but it wasn't one that I was following too much, but it looked like it was getting good reviews, and based on the ingredients, it looks like a good soap. But the scent of this really reminds me of my first couple of years of shaving. I used, I really kind of fell in love with the Italian soft soaps. A lot of the ones that I had bought were, at that time, Razor Rock was getting really big with a lot of their different releases. And so if you guys were shaving back then, you kind of know that, a portion of their releases were the brand TFS Chun Fung Sing. And although it's been a long time since I've used the Chun Fung Sing soaps, those were ones that I used a lot. I bought a lot of their releases. The performance was always pretty dependable. No problems lathering any of those soaps. I really preferred that brand because of the different scents. But once I started realizing, the other offerings in the market had a little bit more of a super fat, I found that those are really what my skin preferred. So the lather's looking good. We'll just go a little bit more water. So hope everyone's been doing good. The one thing that kind of came up in my mind to chat about was, this lather looks really good. So again, real quick, this is the stainless steel handle with the carbon fiber, and then I have the two-tone base plate in the original 0.68 gap. Let me see something real quick here. Still kind of learning how this GoPro is working. Okay. Yeah, hopefully this new camera is working out for you guys. I know I haven't had too many shaves with it, but anyway, so we're gonna go with the grain. Ollie was asking how I was liking these blades. These are one of the blades this year that were new to me, and I'm pretty happy with them. I always really like kind of hearing what DE blades people enjoy. It's something I just kind of take with a grain of salt, because just because something works well for somebody else doesn't mean that it will work the same for yourself. But yeah, it's good to just kind of field what are kind of popular ones in the community. I would still say Kai blades are probably my my number one blade, and for quite a few years. Another really standout blade was the Red Pack Israeli Persona Platinum Chrome. And whether or not the European or the German packaged 10-pack blades, if those are the same, in my experience, they pretty much were. I do feel like at sometimes I didn't feel like they were the exact same as the Red Pack Persona based on my shaves, but that they were still a very good blade. I don't know if these Gillette Black Winners are kind of my new favorite, coated blade that are still fairly sharp, but just have good, really good smoothness. So at least for me, the Kai blades are just about what I will consider to be the sharpest in my experience. So let me just switch out the base plate for the minus base plate. When I first got the Carbon, I got this original 068 base plate. I think I had got mine in April or May of 2020. And right around that time was when Sean released the Plus base plate. Was that the... I forget if that was released at the same time as the Plus plate. So now we got the minus base plate. We'll load up for second pass. But after I got the Plus base plate, at that time I was still shaving like every 3, 4, 5 days. So that Plus base plate is really good for maybe, at least in my experience, taking off more beard length. That larger gap can really take a lot of beard without clogging. So that Plus base plate kind of is what prompted me to sell the BBS one. Just continuing to chat with Sean here and there on just kind of how I use the Carbon base plates. The Carbon razor is really what was the main razor to lead me to being able to successfully daily shave. So although it may not be the favorite or the, if you want to say the best razor for everybody else, that's the main reason why it's the main razor that I use. The Plus base plate is really good for daily shaving. It's still very efficient. I can use that kind of in place of the Plus base plate. The one that I use the least are these two, the original base plate and the minus. But just these last few months, I've continued to kind of use both of them with plenty of enjoyment. So I'll go across the grain on the upper part, and then when I get to my neck, I'll go against the grain. I still have an interest in kind of getting a Wolfman and possibly getting another backup if I really am, I don't know. The Razor Rock Lupo, the DLC stainless version, I thought that geometry was pretty much in line with what I like about the Carbon razors. I think that was more or less a comparable, perfect daily shaver for me. I just didn't like that DLC coating. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it for some reason. So anyway, the idea of getting a Wolfman, as I've mentioned before, is to pretty much get a razor that's gonna maybe be a little more efficient than the DLC Razor Rock Lupo. The other two Lupos from Razor Rock that got released, I didn't find those as comfortable. The 072 and the 095. It's not that I didn't like them, but they, for some reason, were not as smooth. The shave's going really well. You know, it's kind of goofy to do this whole kokum butter stuff, especially on like a first try. But I just enjoy being able to have that in my daily shave routine. So like today, when I'm done with this pass, I have some PAA Planet 9, which is Neroli. It's a very kind of like citrus, orange floral scent. Yeah, this lather worked out really good. I'm sure it would have been totally fine without the kokum butter, but I like just a little bit of that extra